I hope y'all are okay. So, I'm going to make this video because someone else let me know about something else that I had predicted. And I'm not going to allude to it because it's personal for that individual and I don't want anybody knowing their business. But out of the conversation, I was asked a question about the energies because I see the energies and I predict what's going to happen. And the person was asking me, can these energies be changed? And the short answer is yes. Energies are movable and cyclic, and I've spoken about that. There are ways to shift energies, and that's the reason for the warnings, is so that you can shift energies. Okay, so if this energy is coming towards you, you need to know how to move and how to respond. Now, I have a lot of people that I do readings for. I don't look at everybody's chart every day. If I'm not actively reading for someone or someone doesn't ask me a specific question, I don't open your chart. The only person that I randomly open a chart for outside of myself is my son. And that's because he asked me to. Because, you know, he's been with me his whole life and he knows that when I say stuff, it's true, it's right. So if I have a dream, he says, tell him. If I see something, or tell him. If I hear something, tell him. And that has kept him out of some situations. Okay. And some people who were around him were hit with the energy and he wasn't. So for him, yes, because when I did not, something I saw, so I had a vision and I didn't say anything to him about it. And this was recently, like, so I didn't say anything about it, and then something happened. And, and there's different reasons why I didn't say something to him about it. And he was so upset. He's like, you should have said this and that or whatever, But again, I don't always put the energy into giving everything to everybody, especially if you're not exactly lining up with what I say to you, right? So that is the situation. So if you need for me to answer a question, you have to reach out to me. If I give you these videos that I'm giving to everyone, you need to look in your life and decide if that energy could be around you. And if so, you have to act accordingly. I've heard of another domestic violence situation, and that person is in my life, right? I know that person may not have seen those videos because they don't follow me like that. Okay. So again, I give you the information so that you can act accordingly. Now, I'm going to tell you, some years ago, I told someone something about a situation they were going through, and I told them what to do in order to mitigate the damage. And they didn't. And things went awry. Now, when certain situations come up, they reach out to me. So, you watch the videos, share the video with someone if you think someone is in that type of energy so that they can be aware and have the opportunity to make the best decision. That's all I can do. I also don't always go back and post the predictions. I don't always go, I live my life. So sometimes if I just so happen to see something and I remember that I did a prediction about it, and this is, I've had my son say this to me, how can you not remember what you said? Because I do a lot of different predictions on a lot of different things, and I move, I got things going on. So I just let it go so that my mind can have room for today. So I may have made a prediction, like one person reminded me of a prediction I made about 16 years ago. And they were like, remember that prediction? No, I don't remember the prediction from 16 years ago. That's why I tell you to write it down. I have them written down, documented, but I don't always follow up for them unless it's directly impacting me or someone comes and asks me about it. Then I have to go through all of my stuff to find it. Okay? So I say that to say it is for you to decide which video you need to save and go back. It's not for me to go in your life and tell you, remember I told you this many times ago. I'm not going to do that. I've had people come to me and say, oh, remember you said this? You were right. I get that all the time. But again, I'm not going to try to actively look into your world to see that I'm right. That's for you to do. My job is to do that for my life, right? That's it. That's why I live the life I live. That's why some of y'all jealous, because y'all are like, how does she do all this? Because I work with the energy, not against it. And I'm trying to get y'all to do the same thing, but you don't want to. So I'm going to move on and just work with the people who do. I digress. The point of all of this is you need to keep track. Okay? And move accordingly. Throughout history, there's been warnings of all these different things, all these different times, and people have ignored them. So I know it's not personal. I know people don't like warnings. But at some point, you're going to have to get on board or get left behind.